How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Reagan Harrell, former average punter at Weber International University. Go Warriors. One time we were 0-7, beat a 6-1 Faulkner team, keep them out of the playoffs. We'll talk about that another day. That is Carly Fitzer. She knocked out some pretty good teams in the NAI Softball World Series and actually had winning records. So congratulations for that, Carly. But it is a very important day.
You gotta hold it up. You gotta hold it up at the mic.
Oh, I didn't get it. One more
Nuh-uh,
time.
nothing. These things are too good. Nah, dude, I don't hear crap.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're just going to
Listen, imagine what
cut,
you want it to be.
cut. Yeah, cut. We're just going to cut. All right, we're going to start this whole thing over. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Reagan Harrell, former average punter at Weber International University. Carly, we did knock Faulkner out of any chance of making the playoffs in 2022. It was fun. We were 0-7. They were like 6-1, ranked, knocked them out. It was fun. That's a story for another day. You knocked out some pretty good teams yourself en route to making a run in the World Series and your time in Midland. Carly, we have got a phenomenal interview today, but hey, it's a big day. Da 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 dun dun dun. Draft day.
The
Draft
pick is
day.
in.
I am fired up. It is, y'all know me, football guy. I love football. And it's just a beautiful day. Beautiful day. I mean, somebody just found their guy today that they are going to root for the next 10 to 15 years, and that's pretty freaking awesome. I hope it's the Saints. I got a dream. You're a Packers fan. What's your dream?
I want to win the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm talking about in the draft, Carly. It start good. Yeah, I
Oh.
mean, it starts in the draft, but
Um, Defense for sure. That's our weak spot.
gotta go
Like edge
defense.
rusher. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I want us to go same way. Get a Georgia guy. That would be awesome. I would buy a jersey immediately. Michael Williams, and then I want us to get weird. I want us to get aggressive. I want us to trade up with the Vikings 21st pick. Let's go get our guy. Let's go get our guy, Jackson Dart. Come on down. Come on down,
Dude,
Jackson
yeah, that'd be
Dart.
a good get.
Come on down. We'll see how it goes. We're not here to talk about NFL football, Carly. We are here to talk about something more important, and that is NAI softball. We have a phenomenal interview for the end of the episode to send y'all into the weekend with the Evangel Valor. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Where's your Evangel stuff, Carly?
I forgot. I
Oh,
have it.
you go
Wait,
grab. You go grab it.
give me a
Go ahead.
second.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. She's gonna go get her Evangel drip on. But phenomenal interview with Coach Jay Halbrook and Maddie Meierer. Phenomenal pitcher, phenomenal interview. It was great stuff. But to start off the episode, we are going to just go over our final top 25 of the year real quick. Again, how the NAISP media poll and Massey poll works. I put in the top 30. Carly puts in the top 30. We take the 30 from, yeah, there we go. There we go.
Read and weep. Go Valor.
Go Valor. So yeah, that's how the voting works. Us and then the Massey poll put in 30 votes. Boom, there it is. All right, let's go over it real quick. Carly, 25 to 20. We got Friends entering our top 25 for the first time this year. Midland staying in the top 25, right about where they were at 24. Kaiser 23. The Vala. The Evangel Valor at 22. Grandview, after a couple of impressive wins this past week against Northwestern, moves up to 21. Hope International's at 20. Missouri Baptist at 19 as we get inside the top 20. Middle Georgia State, I mean, they've not lost. They ain't losing a whole lot, and at least not. I mean, they've won the Southern States, so carry their winning streak through that. About to get into the Southern State. And speaking of that, we're talking about conference tournaments and everything. We're going to have probably two episodes, maybe one. We're thinking about it. Maybe one big or two, split it up. Carly and I'll talk a little bit more about that for what we're going to do as far as I don't know, Carly. What do you think? Just one big conference tournament episode, like a just break them all down, boom, or do we split them
Yeah.
up next week? We'll
I don't
discuss it. We'll
know.
figure it
Yeah.
out. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out. All right.
Depends how long we want it to last.
Yeah, true. St. Xavier at 17, Eastern Oregon 16, tied for 14 in votes. We had Northwestern and Southeastern, 13 St. Thomas, 12 Marion, 11 Indiana Wesleyan, 10 Oklahoma City, Central Methodist at 9, LSUA at 8, and Gwinnett moving up to 7. Madonna at number 6. Carly, we both had them high, but the Massey had them at number 3
Mm-hmm.
overall, and they had them at number 6 in the NAISB Media Massey poll. Top 5: Cumberland's, Our Lady of the Lake, USAO, Oregon Tech, Southern Oregon. It's been set in stone. I came in a year feeling like these were the 5 best teams in NAI softball, Carly, and it
Yeah.
is right there at the end of the year. Not a whole lot of surprise. If you showed me this top 25 at the beginning of the year, I'd have said, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at it, it looks good to me. Um, the big wild card, obviously heading into the final weekends, Eastern Oregon, they could possibly be as high as 8 or 9. Um, I
Depends
mean,
what they
think,
do.
I mean, think about it. They go and sweep is crazy talk, but I mean, you never know. They take 3. They jump a lot of teams with 3 wins over 3 wins over Southern Oregon is the most
Oh
valuable.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the most valuable
It's like
thing
winning the
that.
lottery.
Yeah, I mean, winning the Cascade, it is because I mean they do that. I mean, you have to. They go from middle 2 seed to, I mean, possibly a high, or at the very least a high 2, potentially a low 1, hosting some, or going to another host like they did last year with
Mm-hmm.
Georgia Gwinnett. But we'll talk about that in our weekend preview. I'm going to start it off, our midweek recap with just a couple teams that were able to wrap up their conferences, talk a little Peach State showdown, but we're going to start with Central Methodist sweeping Park to capture the heart. Game one, all Central Methodist. They built a 4-run lead, scoring twice in the first and third innings. Haley Cotter led the way in the circle with a complete game shutout, 7 innings, 2 strikeouts, no walks, en route to the 7-0 victory. The catcher Lauren Hill went 3 for 3 with a double, a home run, and 2 RBIs. Left fielder Rachel Brandt put up another 2 ribeye steaks. Jolie Kreider's been one of the best DPs in NAI softball this year, along with second baseman Sammy Picha. Each had 2-hit ball games. The offenses would slow down a lot in game two. Hannah Vaught for Park and Veronica Dirth for Central Methodist were scoreless through 6, but it would be Dirth in the top of the 7th, getting the 7th 0 and the complete game shutout for her with 5 strikeouts, only giving up 3 hits. And then a Dally Garland RBI single would wrap it up in the bottom of the 7th and give Central Methodist a sweep and guarantee the 1 seed AQ and uh, I mean, it's a 1 seed in the Heart of America tournament, but I feel
Mm-hmm.
like that also, Carly, pretty good chance of them being 1 seed overall. We'll see
Yeah.
how it all shakes down. One team we do know is going to be 1 seed, at least we feel like at this point. Carly, Georgia Gwinnett sweeps Coastal Georgia.
Yeah, a couple games that would have been really, really huge for Coastal Georgia, and they do make it close in game one, but they drop it 3-2. They did strike first in the bottom of the third, but the Grizzlies responded with their own courtesy of a McKenna Talcott single. They had 2 more in the sixth. Savannah Jenkins had a 2 RBI single, and then Coastal would try and bounce back at the bottom of the seventh, but they just couldn't push anymore across. Talcott finished 2 for 3 with an RBI. Jenkins with 2 RBIs. Casey Beaver 2 for 4 with a stolen base, and then Isabel Teams earning the win in the circle, going 3 1/3, allowing just 4 hits, striking out 1 and walking 1. Jarvis gets the save. She goes 2/3 of an inning. Game two was all Grizzlies bats get hot. It was 13-3. They score early. They score 3 in the top of the first, and then would be a little bit scoreless until the fifth, where they push 6 across, and that's really all the cushion you need for Jarvis.
Yeah,
Savannah, yeah. I mean, I think even 3 would have been enough, but hey,
you know, you got 2 pitchers with a sub .8 or .9 ERA. Yeah, I mean, this is scary, Carly. Like this is what I'm talking about. Like Coastal Georgia is a good team, good pitching. If they're out here doing that, and if they're able to get consent, look, we've been saying this for last year or so. If they're able to consistently put up 4 or 5, much less 13, it's good
Oh yeah.
luck. Good
Yeah.
luck.
Yeah. Savannah Jenkins had 2 runs, a home run, and 4 RBIs. Haley Robinson, 3 for 4, 2 runs, a double, a home run, and 4 RBIs. Casey Beaver, 3 for 4, 2 runs, a double, an RBI, and 4 stolen bases. And then, like I said, Jarvis in the circle. Doesn't need much behind her on the defense. 7 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 0 walks, and 7 strikeouts.
All right, Carly, I got one eye on the draft. It has just started.
Are they on the clock?
The Tennessee Titans are on the clock. So y'all get our live reaction to the at least the first few
Cam
picks.
Ward, you are a Titan.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. Let's go to the KCAC, Carly, where Friends won the regular season. They did it. Sorry, Evangel. The drop into. They did it with some help with St. Mary's.
Yeah. Um, sorry, I was thinking about the draft. Game one
Mhm.
was 1-0. Only 6 hits were recorded between the two, 4 of them coming from St. Mary. The lone run would be in the bottom of the second, courtesy of a wild pitch. Shortstop Jessica Strandland was 2 for 3, scoring that lone run for St. Mary. And then Grace Rose in the circle, complete game, only allowing 2 hits. She had 0 walks and 1 strikeout, so defense getting a lot of work in there against Evangel. Game two was a lot more offense heavy on both sides of the ball. It was 8-4. St. Mary would take a 7-1 lead after the second, courtesy of a 4 run first and a 3 run second. Valor Rats do find a way to get some runs to cross the board in the fifth. They score 3, but it would not be enough. Gianna Pape, 2 runs and 2 RBIs. Brooke Gerland, 3 RBIs and 2 walks. Shortstop Jessica Strandland, 3 for 4, 2 runs, a triple, and an RBI. And then Desiree Chavez earning the win in the circle. She goes 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, and 3 walks and strikeouts apiece.
What I'm talking about. This is a conference where anybody can get you. It's going to be a phenomenal conference tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun to get. We'll have the full previews for all the conference tournaments coming out next week. But yeah, as we were saying, Friends clinched the KCAC title with a split with Avila, and I mean Avila almost threw a serious wrench into Friends' potential party. They took game one 3-1 and gave the Falcons all they could handle in game two. But Friends would come on top 4-3. Kirsten Weitzel and Riley Wirtz combined for the win in the circle. Avila would strike first in the third inning, but back-to-back RBI singles in the fourth from Hayden Eastbrook and Cadence Magana would give Friends a 4-1 lead. Eagles would put up 2 in the sixth, but Wirtz and the Falcons were able to hang on and win the regular season. And Carly, I mean, was I
Are you
just a
back
year
on?
early? Was I
Yeah.
just a year? I know I'm dripped out in Evangel,
But
but
Reagan might be back on the Friends train.
I mean,
He's drinking the Friends
I,
Kool-Aid.
I was a big Falcons guy last year, and then didn't pan out. But I tell you what, boy, if I was sitting there as a 1 seed and I saw if I take care of business against whoever the 4 seed is, I got to go face like the winner of, oh, I don't know, Middle Georgia State and Friends. Could you imagine?
I would be scared.
Mhm. I am promising something right now. We will not have 8 1 seeds again in the World Series this year. I don't see it.
No, there's too much I don't even know the word I'm looking for.
Parity.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like last year, we looked at this time last year, and it's like, okay, there's about 13 teams that could probably, get there. Um, it's not like that this year. I think there's still an upper echelon. I still think like it's gonna be extremely difficult to go into like a Cumberland's, We've seen them drop games. We've seen, you can
Hmm.
say it's tough for Gwinnett. We've seen them drop games. Southern Oregon and Oregon Tech. I think those are the two I'm looking at, and I'm like, I'll be surprised if they're not in Columbus. Everybody else, and I mean, even Oregon Tech. I mean, we've seen good pitching be able to beat them, but we'll see how it all goes. Speaking of parity, speaking of upsets, Carly, Tennessee, Wesleyan took two from Johnson at the end of the AAC to shake up their standings a little bit.
Yeah, Bulldogs take two really big ones from Johnson. Game one was 4-3, down 3-2 in the bottom of the seventh. Courtney Sneed would single to tie things up. Runners first and third, and a walk-off wild pitch would bring home Macy Chastain. Sneed would finish the game 2 for 4 with a double and two RBIs. Bailey Phillips had a solo shot within the game and helped her own cause as she earned the win in the circle. 2 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, and a strikeout. Game two was a little bit more on the Bulldogs side. They would win it 6-3. Their big win was aided by the 4 run second inning. Tatum Massengale was 2 for 2 with a run, a double, and an RBI. Courtney Seed again, pinch hit, RBI double, and then Bailey Phillips earning the win in the circle again. 4 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, and two struck out.
The pick is in for the Titans.
Oh.
Shadur, that'd be
Shut up.
crazy. No, I'd be
Oh my
crazy.
God.
Could you
I
imagine?
I
I
can't stand that guy. Cannot stand him.
really. Oh, I forget. Colorado, Nebraska. Yeah.
Like, come on, your numbers retired. You didn't do diddly squat. Come on,
I mean,
get real.
they lost the what
Your daddy
Vegas, the
did that.
Alamo Bowl. That's crazy. It's just great. Like at the spring game, gave it no time. He's not even drafted yet, but whatever.
No, stupid. Travis
Um,
Hunter, I get it. He won the Heisman. They did the same
I
thing
mean, even
for
still
what's
to
his
do it the
bucket from the
same
Bears.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Okay. Here are so we had a few of those conferences get wrapped up this week, but we still have quite a few to get figured out. First off, North Star, this is awesome.
Oh yeah,
Just
banger.
bring it on. Dickinson State, Jamestown, doubleheader. It says Friday, Sunday. Weird, but okay. Could be wrong on the schedule. Cam Ward. All right, official. But Dickinson State would win it if it gets split 2-2. Obviously, anybody wins 3 or 4, you were the 1 seed out of the North Star. Carly, another fun one. Cascade. This is
Oh, buddy,
mm, whoever
hmm
made up the schedule for the Cascade. Ah,
cooked.
cooked. You knew what you were doing. Absolutely love it. Oregon Tech, College of Idaho, Eastern Oregon, Southern Oregon to determine the cascade. Here's how it works. If Southern Oregon takes 2 or 3 or all three from Eastern Oregon, obviously they remain the 1 seed. They win the cascade regular season. Eastern Oregon, they need to win 2 or 3 and have College of Idaho take one. If Eastern Oregon wins 2 or 3 and Oregon Tech wins all three, Oregon Tech wins the Cascade. And obviously,
Oh,
If Eastern Oregon sweeps Southern Oregon, they win the Cascade. I think that's
it's
right.
gonna be fun. Yeah, it sounds right.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. That's
Oh,
right. That's right. So there you have it. Yeah. Okay. That's all correct. Got that directly from Mike Safford himself. So there we go. One of the best in the game. Whoa. The Jacksonville Jaguars have traded up to the number 2 overall pick.
why did I think they were already number two?
No, that was the Browns.
Oh,
They just traded
you
for
think they
Travis
go?
Hunter.
I think Matt was telling me he thinks Jeanty.
Yeah, but I don't know if they would trade up for 2 for him. Now I'm interested. All right, now we gotta wrap this up. It's good. We gotta wrap this up. All right, the Crossroads, very fun coming down. Indiana Wesleyan is now 29-4 as we are recording. It is, yeah, they won 6-3 in game one, and it is currently 7-7. Nope, now 10-7. IWU in the bottom of the fifth. That would be big from them to get to 30-4. Uh, they're playing Mount Vernon Nazarene right now. They play Huntington on Saturday. Marion, 27 and 5, so a game behind Indiana Wesleyan, has a doubleheader against Goshen Friday and St. Francis of Indiana on Saturday. So pretty much Marion has to do at least a game better than Indiana Wesleyan. Then they would enter a tie, and then it would. I'm not sure what the Crossroads tiebreaker is, but there you go. Y'all can do
No,
math there. Um, Want to give a quick shout out to a team, Concordia of Ann Arbor. Carly, they're playing their final regular season games as a program this weekend. They played Dearborn today. Got a couple wins there. Got Aquinas on Saturdays and St. Francis of Illinois on Sunday, and then they head to their conference tournament in the WAC. Concordia of Ann Arbor. Shock the world. Shock the freaking world. Let's get to an opening round.
round of applause.
Let's get Concordia of Ann Arbor to an opening round. A couple of other good ones to watch throughout the weekend are going to be Avila and Missouri Baptist doubleheader on Saturday, and Morningside Dakota Wesleyan Saturday doubleheader as well. Carly, let's have a great draft. Let's enjoy draft night, and let's get the folks over to the interview with Evangels. Go Valor.
Go Valor.
Go Valor. Evangels coach Jay Halbrook and their sophomore star pitcher, Matty Meierer. Okay, we now welcome on two very, very special guests as with the last episode of the regular season. And before we get ready for some playoff softball, we have got two great individuals, Coach Jay Halbrook and sophomore pitcher Matty Meierer from the Evangel Valor. Coach, how are we doing today?
Doing well, thank you.
Absolutely. Matty, all good. Just got done with class, finals, wrapping up everything, ready just to get into straight softball season, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Well, Coach, just start us off talking about Maddie, what she's meant to your program over these last couple of years and what you've seen in her development, both as a player, obviously having a phenomenal sophomore year campaign this year, and also as a person off the field.
Maddie is just a tremendous individual, and we're blessed that she is here and very thankful. She is a talented young lady and incredibly hardworking. She fits the culture at Evangel. She is just, we're just really happy that she's here, that she chose us, and she means a lot to us on the field and off with her heart and just the person that she is.
Well, Maddie, first off, love the shirt, girl.
Thanks for twinning.
Yeah, twinning and winning. I mean, you've had a phenomenal sophomore year, but let's go back to your travel ball high school days. Talk to us about that journey, your entire softball journey, really, and how it led you to Evangel and wearing that Valor shirt.
So funny story. I played Nixa High School with one of our former players, Phoebe Gardner. And fun fact, I was not planning to come to Evangel. I actually committed to SBU. But my scholarship got voided whenever the new coach came in. So I was kind of in a panic, and it was kind of towards the end of the recruiting kind of process. It was getting closer to school. And I've been praying about it because it was kind of just a crazy situation. And Phoebe was like, try it out. They have a camp this weekend, like just go. And I went to the camp and I loved it. I loved the coaches. I loved the girls. I got close with some of the players that were here before. And I came here and it's been great so far. So it was kind of a crazy process, but definitely the right fit for me. So I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, not your usual pathway to school, but Coach, I'm sure you'll take it, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, Maddie, it sounds like a first time stepping on campus for the camp. You knew that that was kind of culture you wanted to be a part of and play college softball at. Talk to us about Valor culture and what it means to you to play softball at Evangel.
My favorite thing about our softball culture here at Evangel, we're very Christ-centered. We are all very like-minded, and it helps keep us accountable with each other, and it really just helps like get closer to God. And it, as far as the softball part, we're all very competitive and we're all very like-minded in that as well. So bringing the two together just helps bring a very strong Christ-centered competitive kind of culture. So it really evens itself out, and it's awesome to be a part of.
I love that. Coach, talk to us about how you've developed this culture, obviously Christian culture there at Evangel University. Just talk to us about how you've had that and your values to build up a really good program over the last decade.
Well, first of all, I mean, I think that it started for me with competing for Christ, and that's what we wanted our teams to do and to be. And then that evolved into becoming champions for Christ on and off the field. So that became a little bit more inclusive of how you act all the time. And so with that, competing for Christ, becoming a champion for Christ, it just made a lot of sense. And we set up a priorities list, and we try our very best to keep these priorities in order all the time. And that is God, family, school, and then softball. It helps with a lot of problem solving. It helps with a lot of just discipline issues, or what we might self discipline issues that we have to deal with as the year comes or goes along. And we just want to keep God first, and that's very important to us. Then we found something, the acronym SOUL, and that SOUL stands for selflessness, ownership, unity, and larger purpose. Um, Selflessness, ownership, and unity, that's something that you talk about within organized sport all the time. Larger purpose, I feel like that has been our game changer. And our larger purpose is our why. And this year, every year we find ways, or I request a larger purpose from each player, and then combine all of the responses. And this year, our larger purpose as a team boils down to three things, and we want to give glory to God and worship. We want to win, or our why to win. I'm sorry, to give glorify the Lord and to worship. We want to be able to. We want to win for our families and the pride to make them proud in what we do, and then we want to inspire others and have the opportunity to have them want to hopefully little girls and want to grow up and be able to be bold in their faith.
Maddie, could you expand a little bit on those points? Playing for the playing to glorify the Lord, playing or trying to win for your family, and then inspiring others like the next generation of softball. Because I think that's a big purpose, especially all three of those. But I think about the last one, where inspiring that next generation of softball with where the trajectory of softball is going as it becomes more popular and more bigger sport. Just few through viewing wise and everything. Just expand on those three and what led the team for those three messages to be the pillars of the 2025 Valor softball team.
Well, obviously, putting God first is our main priority, and we're all in the same kind of mindset about that. I think playing for our family is something that is kind of more the competitive thing, and all of us want to play for our family, and we want to make them proud, because there's a lot of money and time that goes into being a softball parent and a softball watcher. And then as far as inspiring others, I think that we really try to do that through like shining the light of Christ to others and showing that you can worship God through softball, through just talking, through anything. It doesn't just have to be going to church and raising your hands. Like, I think we really try to show that to other people, and to especially younger girls that are growing up to be hopefully college softball players one day.
Yeah, not only young girls. I was in San Antonio a couple weekend before last, and they were wearing the bracelets that y'all gave them at the start of the year. Y'all welcomed them back to for being reigning champs, and y'all took 2 of 4 from them. Not a bad way to start the year. But Maddie, Soul, which is right here on our shirts, sold out, is a coach. It's going to be your barbecue truck one day. We got to talk about that aspect of it. Maddie's brings some I don't know whatever brisket, ribs. What's he bringing to practice or games some days?
Usually it's pulled pork. We're a big pulled pork group of girls. So
Nice.
yeah.
Coach, is that your specialty, the pulled pork?
I don't know. I really like to cook, and so pulled pork is not bad. I do like the brisket, and I brought ribs once last year, and that was a hit.
Love ribs. You are talking to a big brisket guy. That is my favorite. It's my favorite cut. I mean, it's the best. How? It's some. All right. So some important questions. I'm not going to ask you to spill all the beans or
Okay.
anything here. I just want to start general.
Yeah,
How long we talking on the brisket?
14 hours.
It's gonna be a good brisket. What other details? I don't like again. I don't want to go digging in to your family's recipe book or your recipe book too much. But what can you tell us as many details as you can about what it takes to make that kind of brisket?
Oh, you it starts with the trim. Make sure that your fat levels are good. The fat depth, and you want to get the hard unrenderable fat out, and let that baby cook, and wrap it. I always wrap it and put in paper at 170, and just let that thing go, and then rest for an hour, hour and a half, and start slicing. And I haven't had too many people be sad.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach. If I can get some brisket or pulled pork, I would love to see it on video this weekend as Evangel's doing the team takeover. I don't know if that can be put in your schedule. Obviously, it's a very important weekend coming up, but if not, I think we definitely got to get on the docket next year. For me to come up, cover some Evangel softball games, and maybe get some pulled pork or brisket or something like that.
Yeah, this weekend may be a little bit packed, but you plan a trip up here next year, and I'm cooking for you.
Or I tell you what, what we talk about the NAISB Invitational 2026 and Shawnee. I don't know. I mean, maybe just let it smoke, put it in a cooler, bring it on down in February or something. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out a way to check out what you can do on the smoker.
Well, all right, we'll figure that out.
Maddie, outside of having coach's phenomenal barbecue, what fun activities do you and the team get to do on campus? Talked about it in the unboxing video. Y'all had a phenomenal basketball team a couple of years ago. Football's always really strong, so some fun athletics to do there on campus, and then as well off campus. The Springfield is a pretty good college town.
Mm-hmm. Well, the main thing that all of the girls do together is usually we go to chapel and most of us sit with each other. Due to some of our schedule changes, chapel exemptions, class, we aren't all able to go, but for the majority, all of us sit together for the ones who can go. And then one of the main things that we love to do is go to Andy's, because Shay knows this. Yeah. And we go there as a team, usually after practices, after game days, or just something like that. Last year we did play some pickleball. We're some mean pickleball players.
Okay.
And, yeah, and we also sometimes we go get coffee before game days or on game days if we're traveling. And so we really like to do that. We're a very sweets kind of team. Sweets and pickleball.
Sweets and pickleball, Evangel softball. I love it. So quick pickleball tangent. I don't play a whole lot. I don't already play it much, but I first heard about it. Never forget. It was my first semester of college in 2019. I was at Lincoln University before I went to Weber. And I was up at Lincoln, and I had a calculus teacher obsessed with pickleball, and they would have them at the course and everything. I'm like, I don't know if this sport will take off. Looks okay. And fast forward 6 years later, it's like it's up there with golf is one of the biggest rec sports there is. But coach, as far as looking at recruits, other than like I said, last barbecue joke, other than maybe pulling up with the pulled pork for their recruiting visits and stuff, what do you look for in recruits, and what's your message to them to make sure they're the right fit for your program?
You always look for talent, and what we do that I think is a little bit different is we want girls with talent who also want to be at Evangel University, and those talented kids who are ready to compete at a high level and give glory to God. Those are the ones that we want here, and we do everything within our power to make sure that happens. And we expect and want the college experience, to be strong and to be good. on the field, but also off the field. And I hope that we're able to help prepare these young ladies for their future as strong Christian mothers, wives, and what the Lord has in store for them down the road.
Before we get into the last couple questions, I want to make sure I showed y'all this guy real quick. Come here, boy. Come here. Marsh. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. So I had to show you, and this may help with recruits too, but y'all do love dogs. You put in the youth large in the box. I was like, I figure that's got to be for this guy right here,
Yep.
Mr. Marsh. Oh, he's gone. But he's a big Valor guy, huge Valor guy.
Hey, we love Marsh. Our girls love dogs. It is, and I thought you might get a kick out of that. If you need a bigger size, let me know.
No, it's good. He's just fluffy, so it's it kind of helps. Honestly, it's a big help for me. I put it on him, and it's less shedding around the house, especially as it's getting hot down here. But Coach, the KCAC, it's been one of the most fun conferences for Carly and I to cover over the last couple of years. I can see you shaking your head. It's got to be one of the most stressful conferences to coach in. I mean, phenomenal teams, always multiple teams in the opening round. Our first year with an AISB, we saw a 5 seed in Avila win the KCAC, and that kind of turned us on to the fact maybe this conference can have a little bit of wildness to it. But y'all's first year, y'all won the regular season and the conference tournament. But I'll ask Maddie you the same question, but Coach, I want to start for you. What's it like in the KCAC, that grind from a coach's perspective?
It's a challenge. There are teams that they're veteran coaches, young coaches, quality players. The facilities are all improving. We've got 4 teams with 30 wins this year, and we've got 2 more that are sitting at 29. It is there are some very good softball teams that aren't going to qualify for the conference tournament, and it's something else because everybody is good. Everybody, you better be prepared to play every day. If you're not, then somebody's going to hang an L on you.
Yeah, I mean it is such a fun conference to watch games, keep up with the scores, everything. But Maddie, you've had great success this year. I mean, sub 1 ERA heading into a final week. I don't know if you know this or not, Maddie, but one of the first episodes when we did our like season preview, I said sophomore Maddie Meyer, and it's full of transparency. I said Maddie like Meierer, but Maddie Meyer, I know how to say it now. Was a dark horse pitcher of the year candidate. You're sitting up there having a phenomenal year. However, there have been some games in the KCAC. I mean, there's some dangerous bats. Really good lineup. Friends, Ottawa, Sterling, Avila, on and on. St. Mary. Talk to us about what it's like on the pitcher side going through those lineups on a weekend basis.
Well, like Coach Jay said, you definitely have to compete every day. It's something that you can't take lightly, and it takes all the effort you got. It's definitely very hard, and you have to compete. So it's a struggle sometimes, but it's been really fun watching all of the conference rankings go up and down because you never know what's going to happen, especially with those batting teams. It's just been a crazy year, and I think it will continue to be crazy.
Yeah, we want fun. We want fun conferences. Going down to the last week gets us excited. It feels like postseason softball down the stretch. It's about to be postseason softball. We're super excited for it. But Coach Maddie, we got one final question. This is usually Carly's question to ask, but she's not here for this one. So, Coach, I want to start with you. Big game day. Say we're going up to play Avila or Friends. It's big time, but we're going to stop at the gas station real quick, get a little order. What are we drinking? What are we eating? Just grab them from the gas station.
Sprite for sure.
Okay. Gotta go to Sprite. Clean.
And then
Love it.
Kind of depending on the mood, it's either going to be a Butterfinger or whatchamacallit.
Two good candy bars. Butterfinger, a favorite of mine. I love it. Great answer. That's a good combination. You get the kind chocolate peanut butter crunch with a nice clean crisp Sprite. That's good, Maddie. That's a pretty tough bar. What are we rocking with?
I'm more of a Sour Patch fruit mix kind of,
Oh, she may have you, coach. This
which
is a good start.
they
It's a
do
good
have,
start.
which is crazy because they do not have that here. So I get that every time we go to Kansas, which has been a lot this year. And I also noticed in Kansas they have these cups that you can put two drinks in, and it's like, have you seen
I
those?
have not.
The foam cups,
Okay.
and they have a split. I
Oh.
am that, but just a regular gas station, I'm gonna get a red Powerade.
Red Power. Red Powerade, very solid, very solid. I mean that's two great options. Two of the best we've heard. Great job, great job. But Coach Maddie, thank you for coming on today. I appreciate you. You know, obviously, middle of the week just played yesterday, doubleheader on the road. Coming on to talk to me this afternoon. Appreciate you. Good luck the rest of the year. Good luck in the KCAC tournament. Hopefully, we wind up at the same open round together. If not, see you in Columbus. Hopefully.
Yes, sir. Hey, thank you so much for all you guys do. Thank you for having us on. We really appreciate it. You guys are a blast.
Appreciate it. It's we have a great time doing what we love, covering a awesome league, great coaches, great players like y'all. But hey, appreciate your time today again, y'all, and everyone listening. That's gonna wrap it up. Gonna send you into the weekend. It's basically postseason softball at this point. We'll be back with y'all again next week. We're going to record on Tuesday and Friday again, most likely, or may have 3 episodes, like we said earlier. But we are going to wrap it up. We're going to have full previews for all the conference tournaments. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Good luck to all.